Right, the last main part of this build is to be able to pull the balls in from the bottom of a scoring container. So to do that, I've added two more intakes, one here and one there with a wheel on it. And the goal is the ball would go and get near those wheels and get sucked right into the other intakes that are waiting for it. And some advice on setting yourself up for doing this would be to add some metal parts. So I'm going to add these back. I've been hiding them. And I think you could see what I've done there. I basically attached one of those metal plates to the wheel and then attached the other metal plates to each other to give me sort of a sense of where the floor would be. And then I attached the bottom of the ball to the metal plates so I can get an accurate sort of assessment of where the ball would be relative to the rollers. Another thing that's important here is if I unhide the scoring tower, you should be able to see that I've also attached the scoring tower to those plates, so that now I know exactly where the scoring tower would be and the ball would be. And as I look at it from above, the ball's sitting just squarely in the score tower, and I can see that my robot can drive up along either side of the scoring tower and still get the wheels to go inside of there and pull the ball out. And that's what I'm looking for from you, is for you to be able to demonstrate that to me, that whatever intake system you have is going to be able to fit, under or within this distance and be able to still acquire that ball. And to give you a slightly more detailed look as to what I built for the intake, of course, this is the wheel, and the wheel's got a shaft running through it up to the motor. And then there's a small C channel there. Whoops, sorry, I'm spinning it the wrong way. That the motor and the shaft and the wheel are all connected to. And we could pull out, you could see I did take the time to put a shaft collar on that. And then what I've done here on this post is I attached two smaller pieces of C channel, one on this side and one on that side. And then I put a third piece of C channel right across the top. So I did one last thing here with the front intakes. I've been able to set up an animation and see that they can swivel back and forth. And this is going to be important to me as the ball enters, or if I need to go around like a post or something with one of these swivels. And I've designed it so in the animation, it's just in a very small window. And I'm going to have to provide some structure in there, like almost like a guide track that's going to, set a limit to how far it can swivel in both directions. And there's going to be some rubber bands being used as springs that are always going to provide a inward force towards the center of the robot. And as the ball goes through, that it'll push against those rubber bands and expand it. Or if it encounters any obstacle, it would do that. I challenge you to try to do this animation. It was a little tricky. I had to figure out exactly where I was starting and where I wanted it to end. And you can see that as you kind of rotate it and swivel it yourself, but it's going out to, from 350 out to, again, 370. So it's just rotating within a 40-degree window. And that's how that's going to operate when the ball's in there.